That's by the third Geek Squad.
Geek Squad.
Yeah, I'm talking about the Geek Squad.
You better leave me alone. You better leave me alone.
Worship night, bridal showers, receptions, additional services are available. For more information, visit our location, 4343 West Summit Road in Glendale, or you can call 633-621-1412. Be sure to visit us on Instagram, it's X, on Facebook, it's TH Straight Coffee and Lumber. Be sure to touch the fabulous hosts at and J for spot shows.
It's the hottest thing in the world.
What's that?
In the description.
Since 1946, the Milano family has provided every aspect related.
So there's nothing in the description there, right?
Mhm.
But when it goes live in the description, because a couple weeks ago when we were at Ebb and Flow, I put Ebb and Flow in the description, and now it's staying. Even though I deleted it.
It was on when we did the other day. Okay.
Yeah, that's all I know what
I remember it was on there the other day. It's still on there, yeah. Hmm.
75 years later, for more information on the next location or find the nearest engineering depot, visit MilanoMusic.com or call 480-807-8711. Again, congratulations to Milano Music, and here's to the next 75 years.
With over 11 years of serving the Valley, Majestic Services is who you should call from pressure wash and driveways to side school decks, libraries, patio sidewalks. Majestic Services has call 602-614-9401 today for free. No obligation calls. Commercial orders if you want to have Majestic Services. Visit them at majesticservices.com. 602-214-9400.
We are EICA, and agency is from the state. We are EICA. We're a wholesale digital power agency that can help you slide on your customers and increase the lifetime value of your customers. Our team of experts leverages content production, ads, SEO, automation, and analytics to get the most out of your marketing dollars. So, if you want to reduce customer acquisition costs and increase the lifetime value of customers, there's no better partner than EIC agencies because we impress your impression. Check us out.
How do algorithms answer your questions?
Your specific query will be addressed with a pre-written standardized reply. Thank you, customer.
Algorithms answer your questions. Life's important decisions like life insurance, home and auto coverage, and retirement planning. Turn to Farm Bureau Financial Services, the people who rely on relationships. This robot to help you decide your choices. It's your future.
Good. They're getting back in the game.
Join us right here at KTUS AM. You're live.
Yeah. Just love this BPMB.
You're live.
Welcome to Easy Sports Talk Show up here. We're having a good start to your weekend. Appreciate you hanging out with us.
Yeah.
This segment right here is brought to you by
Milano Music, family owned and operated for over 75 years, over 50,000 square foot showroom and repair facility, 18 instrument rental depots across the valley. Visit MilanoMusic.com, that's MILANO music.com, or call them at 480-827-1111.
So the Cardinals prepping for next week. Pretty quiet week this week after they make cuts. They give the guys a little bit of time off to, I guess, recoup from all that strenuous work that they put in. But at least that's how I used to do it back in the day. Now they get three preseason games where nobody plays, and then you get a break. So prep for the game coming up on Sunday, next Sunday, meaning against the Kansas City Chiefs. Won't technically start till Monday. They'll come in, do some brief stuff. Tuesday will be their day off. And they'll get in the game plan Wednesday, and then they'll move on throughout the schedule for the rest of the year. One of the interesting things is DeAndre Hopkins' suspension officially became inactive As soon as they made the cuts, he had to leave the facility. Not cuts, but he goes on to the active roster, reserve suspended.
Yes.
So he's no longer part of the team for 6 weeks. Can have no contact, can't build game plans, nothing like that. So he will not be anywhere near the team until after Game 6. And what do you think? I mean, I guess he was balling during practice because, I mean, you got no work in, no preseason work, no nothing.
But you can't get work in with him because if he's working with the ones, right?
I
Then
don't
he's
care.
not going
I'm
to be.
just saying-
But I mean, yeah, but it had to be doing something during practice.
You got to remember too, though, he was out at the end of the year with that injury.
I know.
So he hasn't played since the end of last year.
I mean, he's going to get a $230 million contract like Watson did.
I guess so.
I mean, it's definitely it's concerning to the point where so much inactivity, so much. You just wonder what that chemistry is going to be like. But what that much time, he's never been a burner.
And he's not a practice guy. We all know that.
Yeah, so we know that. So what will he look like when he comes back? That's going to be the big question.
I myself would have, as a head coach, I would have said, look, DeAndre, you're going to be gone 6 weeks. We're going to push you through camp, give you some type of feeling of being back in the game. And I know it's going to be 6 weeks. Here's the thing, you can't simulate this either. You can't go to your gym and get on a treadmill or even go to a field. You can run all the routes you want and tire yourself out. There's nothing like getting on the field and actually playing in an NFL game.
Yeah.
And he, to me, is going to be coming in so dry. And he hasn't thrown the ball. He will not have thrown the ball with Kyler Murray since forever.
I saw it's apples and oranges to a huge extent, but the high school football has started. Right?
Yeah.
So I was at my son's high school football game last night. A wide receiver was running around. You could tell he slowed up just a bit, and then so the quarterback overthrew him. And so you wonder how much of that is going to happen because he's going to be away. So that those little things that you would never think about with the DeAndre Hopkins, where he'll go and high point the ball and all those. Now is how long will it take him to recalibrate with his starting quarterback?
Yeah, and and within the offense in general. And I'm gonna throw this out at you. We've been harping on it, and I'll be honest with you, I will be very happy once the season starts, so I can get off this off season of just I don't know what the Cardinals are doing. Like I said, prove me wrong, Cardinals. I'm hoping that you do.
Yeah.
But the way they've handled it has just been mind blowing. Remember, I told you last week we were talking, and I was at the height of my frustration. I'm like, Kingsbury's like monkey see. So let me read you a quote from Kingsbury regarding. He says he's confident that once the season starts, his starters are going to be prepared and ready to go. And then they ran down the list of players who played absolutely no preseason: Murray, Hopkins, Xavier Green, Marquise Brown, Rondale Moore, Zach Ertz, DJ Humphries, Justin Pugh, Kelvin Beachum, J.J. Watt, Zach Allen, Buda Baker, Jalen Thompson, Rodney Hudson, James Conner, Isaiah Simmons. It's a good thing I didn't try to do that on one breath.
Isaiah Simmons got promoted though.
We'll get into that.
We'll get into that.
So this is an example. Now, this is where my frustration comes in, man. This is a quote. I'm not pulling this out my behind.
Okay.
This is a quote from Kingsbury. It's hard when you look at the success of the Rams have had in your division. You ask your guys to go play a bunch of snaps in preseason, and they're pointing to the Rams and saying they're Super Bowl champions. It worked out for them. Bruh. Monkey see, monkey do. It worked out.
I cannot argue that point that you just made. I'm saying I can't.
That's him looking across. That's him. It worked for them. So why should we work hard trying to get to that level? Work for them. How can I tell that they have to go out?
A couple of seasons prior to that, they were in the Super Bowl and happened to lose to Bill Belichick. So that's how they can get to the point where they say, we know how to get there. We have a group of guys that are at least qualified, that have that muscle memory, hopefully, to be able to get back. And you haven't been there yet, and you're telling me
your team is not my team.
We can't work like
your team is not my team.
Man.
Every team does not do the same thing. And you look. Man, here's the part I get. How can I tell my guys they have to go out and play preseason if they're not doing it? It's like, because you're the head coach. You tell the players what I'm beating them all day.
Man,
You tell the players, hey, this is how I roll. This is how I run my system. I don't care what they're doing in
that's
Las Vegas.
real. That's real.
I mean-
That's some stuff that we both got from our parents
Oh, my
growing up.
God.
I don't care what they in their house.
I don't
In this house, or they say in church. That's for me in my house. We will serve the Lord. And that's
See, we don't have to go to church. That's good. You don't have no curfew. Well, that's you don't have no
tell my son that he has a curfew when Jimmy doesn't have a curfew. Yeah.
That literally blows my mind. I was just talking my common sense last week.
Talk your talk.
And then all of a sudden we get this quote, and he literally said, well, how am I supposed to tell my guys to go out and play when it worked for the Rams? And, they don't play anybody in preseason. So how can I tell my guys they have to? It worked for them. So, bro.
That's what contract extensions will get you.
Oh, my God.
That's what contract extensions will get you, right? It's the we gonna work real hard. I got extended. We're gonna try. We're gonna see if we can do what they've done. See if we can make it be like that. No, because there has to be there's a certain level of if you have the success to back you, then you can experiment with different things. And while somebody can say that Cliff does have some success on some level because he's been proven in the record, but it's not such an improvement that you would say there's no playoff success in there, right? There's no getting to the conference championship. There's no appearance, and so as such, you got to grind harder.
We've had a pattern.
If you want different results, you have to do different things. Not do what they did. You have more. You have to set yourself apart because they've already set themselves.
Why not do you? Do what works for you. I cannot run my household according to what my neighbors are doing. We don't have the same income. We don't have the same personnel. We don't have a whole lot of same whatever.
Yeah.
I need to run my household according to the best way to get success and have everything smoothly in my house.
Right.
And for him to make that quote, well, they don't do it, so how can I tell my guys they have to? Like I said, because you are the head coach. Mind you, now we're going to get into the routine. They've already got through their preseason that nobody's played. So guys will get into what they got to do and count down the kickoff. Now, Jay, the other monkey or the elephant in the room is 9 weeks from now, the 9th game of the season. Here comes Hard Knocks, and that's just waiting. Hard Knocks is waiting.
If Hard Knocks is a disaster, do they just say the same way that some nowadays in sports where they pay people not to show up?
A disaster for who?
A disaster for Kingsbury. So what I'm
NFL
saying is
already signed that contract.
No. I'm saying if Hard Knocks ends up being a disaster, meaning that all kinds of errors and all kinds of foibles are exposed, do the Cardinals say, all right, man, this is real bad. We know we just signed you to an extension. You can go.
You mean letting Kingsbury go?
Yeah,
Or?
because if it's bad, they're not going to let the quarterback go. But I'm just saying because if things are shaping up where I'm not getting the warm and fuzzy, especially with the number of people that play.
Yeah.
Again, it's a complicated league. You hear that in basketball, you hear that in football, you hear that quite a bit. So one team wins in basketball, the fast break team, the next thing you know, everybody's fast break team. The Warriors start shooting threes, everybody shooting threes. So that's why it's not just the Cardinals that are trying to follow suit with what the Rams are doing. It's multiple teams, but we're not worried about, again, everybody else's house. We're worried about our house and how we do business. And if he is exposed that his media like leadership, like control, whatever it is, then that could really bode. I mean, that could be terrible for the organization.
What year is it right now? 2022. That takes us to 2027. That's a lot of money to eat. They've locked themselves into that contract at least for another 2 or 3, unless you want to be eating a whole lot of contract. And
I know. So, I'm just saying. I don't know.
Hey, we're gonna take this break. When we come back, we're gonna dive into chunking the season up. You'll see how we do it. Appreciate you hanging out. Easy and Jay on the Sports Talk Show. Aaron behind the glass. Getting it in KDUS 1060 AM KSLX HD Channel 200.7. Appreciate our friends listening and watching. We'll take this break. Be back after these messages. Folks,
Are you kidding?
man, that's a lot of money to eat, bro.
I'm just saying, if it looks that bad, you just say,
I mean,
go away
how
and
do you
make
make that
that
statement, though? That's crazy. Thanks, Aaron.
I turned mine down.
That-
What you call it? You got the text from March 20.
Oh,
Maybe I turned my mic down.
thanks, bud.
I love your guys' comedy.
Thank you. So he said, what did he say now?
Oh, just about the mics on
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You know, no,
Easy to take. Aaron behind the glass. This segment right here is brought to you by
Majestic Services. I know you got, for you on the home, you probably got some oil stains in the driveway, and with this weather that we've been having, some dust around the home. You want to start to really enjoy your pool again in the evening time, or you just want your house to look good as you are having people over for football, or if you are a business and you have those parking spaces, got a little bit of oil in them, and you just want your business to look more presentable as people are coming in, then give Majestic Services a call to do all the dirty work around your home or business. Majestic Services will pressure wash your driveways, awnings, pool decks, sidewalks, receiving docks, parking spaces, and more. Call Majestic Services at 602-614-9401 or go to majesticservices.net for your free, no obligation.
So this segment, we're going to start off with the first 4 games of the Cardinal season. We're going to run through all the way through week 17, bye week mixed in there as well. Give our predictions on what the season's going to look like. And I would encourage all of our fans, everybody's out there listening. If you have any thoughts, tweet at us. You tell as far as our predictions, or if you have, your breakdown of the season. If you want to run through it and send it into us, you can tweet at us at the Easy Sports Talk. It's or Javon Love, and that's Love with LUV. Just be curious to get your thoughts on what you think the season, how you think it's going to go. So first one, I'll start off. First weekend, we're going to have Aaron along with us as well. Just give six on the game, but I actually I went a little crazy, and not crazy, but I put a little work into it this week, and it does take week. That's why Aaron said he had a busy week. I'm like, yeah, if I had just a little more going on, I might have done too, because it does take time and effort. So, first week of the season, starting off, Chiefs and the Cardinals, game one of the season. We all know the Cardinals kind of took the preseason off. I actually saw the Chiefs out there getting it in. My phrase for this, first game is sluggers first fall praise to the mighty Chiefs. And with no preseason action, Cardinals kind of stumble out of the block. One thing to keep your eye on. Offensive line, and we got a lot of holding calls, I think. Actions going to be picked up and move faster. Also think it's going to be a lot of penalties. Start the season, Cardinals. For the Cardinals. It's in this real game time action. It's going to be real sloppy for them, I think, just because they have not any what I would call real work on. And the Chiefs, like I said, they looked really good in the preseason. Holmes doing this thing. I think they're going to come in here and beat us. I'm not even sure how close this game is going to be, but I got Chiefs in the first game. What say you?
I got the Chiefs in the first game as well, and the phrase that I came up with is "get it right." So quote myself, because this is the opportunity for the Cardinals to prove that they got it right with the way in which they approached the preseason. But I believe that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to really be picking on the secondary. We know that that's what they do because of the wide receivers or just their philosophy, and that's how will they hold up. We got Byron Murphy on one side, and then we have Marco Wilson that's going to be that was demoted, and now we'll have the opportunity to kind of show what he has. Is he ready for that? And so they have to, and of course Mullen Jr. might end up playing a lot too. He came this game down.
Yeah. And you bring up a great point. The other point you talk about them picking on our cornerback, we might not be able to get any type of rush on Holmes. He might sit like this, just apart. Big four over the top. Obviously, we know they don't have Tyreek Hill anymore, but this could be a long game for that secondary. How do you think this game goes, Aaron?
I definitely agree. I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to walk away with a win. I think it will be a little bit closer than maybe some people are expecting. The Kansas City Chiefs, they lost Tyreek Hill. He went off to Miami, so I think there's some growing pains, some receivers that are there. But I still think that offense is too strong, and it's just going to be too much for that Cardinal secondary.
So we all have the Cardinals starting at 0-1.
Real quick. Wait, I was at one of my favorite watering holes yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. And the one thing that you and I have mentioned multiple times with ask where's Ed whenever I walk in. And so they found out that they called the radio show, Allie. She goes, "Oh, Jay does it." And so this guy looks at me, and he pauses, and he turns around. Can I just talk football with you for a second, man? Yeah, you can talk. So of course he was talking about the Chiefs and all that. But it's interesting sometimes when they find out.
Oh yeah,
they ain't gonna let you leave, man.
Who you got, Quinn? You got Chiefs or?
We all know who I'm picking. I'm picking Kansas City 34.
Quinn's got the Chiefs. There you go. Next game up. Cardinals go to the Raiders. What do you got on this one, Jay?
I'm optimistic. I think that I'm not optimistic. I'm optimistic for the Cardinals. I think that the Cardinals will win this game. Actually, I titled it "Remember Me," kind of an Eminem song from his second album. Whereas Chandler Jones is going to be motivated to come in there and say, "Remember me." It'll be a close game, but I think the Cardinals will pull it out. Partially because when I say I'm talking about the Raiders head coach. I still want to see if he can prove himself. With this opportunity that he has now, so he might have some ebb and flow with some growing pains, but I think the Cardinals will eke it out.
How about you, Aaron?
And this is a really, really tough one. I really like the Raiders heading into the season. But the Cardinals do have some more consistency heading into the game than I think the Raiders do with the new head coach. I'm going to stick with my original prediction. I'm going to say a loss. I think it's loss. I really prefer this Raiders offense and what they're building there.
Okay, so you got them. You got Cardinals winning.
Cardinals winning.
Okay, I got Cardinals.
I got Cardinals going 0-2.
You got
season.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went with that one. Cardinals crap out in Vegas, and I put Chandler Jones. You talk about a get back game. He went to recap. Remember he had 5 sacks. He had 5 sacks in the against Tennessee last year.
He was on pace for
He
6
might have
sacks.
10 in this game. Chasing poor little Kyler Murray around. The offensive line is just all tattered and confused. And man, and they got that other dude too. They got
Max Crosby.
Matt Crosby.
Yeah.
Thank you, Quentin.
Yeah.
Man, you talking about getting after it, and like I said, Chandler, they go and then the edge from having Devontae Adams come over there, Waller, all this stuff we're going to do. Our cornerbacks are young, deep, Simmons and David
Appropriate of
Collins.
nothing, my Raiders, we drafted just a year ago. We drafted that offensive tackle Leatherwood, and we just cut
Already cut him, yeah. But like I said,
He
there's a
didn't
new
draft
regime
him.
in there.
Yeah,
though.
new regime.
Yeah,
They didn't
so-
draft him.
All right, so I got the Cardinals starting at 0-2 as well. Let's go to the Rams Cardinals. Aaron, what you got on this one?
Definitely, I got a loss there. I think the Rams they haven't gotten worse at all, so I'm going with the Rams.
How about you?
I got a loss for the Cardinals. The phrase that I used was bully time.
Okay.
It was bully time because they've been. I mean, we know what was it last season that they did end up beating the Rams once, but
Yeah.
the Rams they got the last.
They got the formula in the playoff.
Convert to the OC.
Well, I went kind of same as you. You remember the movie Friday, right?
Yeah.
Remember Debo? What you got on my 40, Craig? He went up there and touched his pocket. Yeah, I'm going to the bro. And this is the same kind of thing. Cardinals will do that, in my opinion. That defensive front, you had who's the linebacker
Bobby
from
Wagner.
Bobby Wagner, who takes the place of who left
Ron Miller.
Von Miller, encyclopedia over here. Just too much on that offense, on that defense. I just think we get pushed around, bullied a little bit. Basically, yeah. Going in my refrigerator. I didn't ask him. He's going in there. Just what you got up in here. That type of thing. And I kind of think it's going to be the same thing. I think the Rams, like Aaron said, they haven't lost that much. And if anything, like I said, they replaced with Wagner. And same team coming in here, same approach. And I think they get after our little quarterback and chase him around. And frustration starts to set in. So 0-3 for me. I'll start this one real quick here. Cardinals then go over to North Carolina to play the Panthers. Heisman versus Heisman. Doesn't happen as often as you think, quarterback wise either.
Right.
But I think ours is better. I think ours is better than. Yeah, I think ours is better. That was my term, and I think we end up getting our first win of the season in this one going over there. So first quarter of the season, we're sitting at 1-3. What say you, Aaron?
I agree. I think we hear. I think this is the Cardinals' first win of the season against the Panthers.
No, they both played in Oklahoma, right?
Yeah, back-to-back years.
So I said, okay. See? See? And the reason I say it is because now we're going to see as they're matched up against each other to be able to see kind of which one kind of edges gets the upper hand, and I think it'll be Kyler. I think that the Cardinals will win.
So after the first 4 games, Aaron and I have them sitting at 1-3. You have them sitting.
I said I have them sitting at
2-2.
2-2, and if you look at what I have here, you see that second game.
Yeah.
At first I had sitting at the W, so
Right.
2. So I got
You using reverse psychology. That's all it is. Because all you're trying to do, you don't want to jinx your Raiders, so you're going to pick against them, but they didn't prove you wrong. I see how you But yeah, slow start out of the bottom of my eyes for the Cardinals. Like I said, sitting at 1-4. We're going to take this break. When we come back, we're going to jump into the next bunch of games here, and hope you play along with us. And like I said, if you have some comments, you can jump on the Facebook page, at us, tweet at us, let us know what you think as well. Appreciate you hanging out. Easy and J Talk Show, KBS 1060 AM, KSLX HD channel 201.7 Clinton. Sit with us. Be back after these messages, folks.
Are you kidding?
Clear.
Thanks, Aaron. All right, Quentin, you got for first 4 games. Let me know who you got. So you went.
I went Kansas City.
How about this one? Cardinals, Raiders.
They won.
Cardinals, Raiders.
Yeah.
Cardinals. Okay.
You're like,
And welcome back to the Easy Sports Talk Show.
Can't get away from you.
I thought those little fellas were going to like just keep going, and they after the playground. I think that's about it.
At the playground.
Oh, this segment right here is brought to you by
Casual Sports Radio Network, KSRN, is your destination for the latest updates and in-depth coverage of your Arizona sports teams, including all things Arizona Cardinals for the Bird Gang fan base. Visit casualsports.com, that's KAZUALSPORTC.com for feature articles, great podcasts such as the repurposing of the Easy Sports Talk Show and Believe in the Arizona Cardinals, and music programming like Microphone Masters, Disposable Arts, and more.
So let's jump right back at it. We got another player in the game. Quentin Smith is going to join us, tossing his picks as well. Right now, I got the Cardinals sitting at 1-3, getting ready to go into Week 5. Eagles come out here to play the Cardinals. I'll go over, start with this one. I said it's like looking in the mirror. Teams are very similarly built, quarterback-wise. We have an upgraded quarterback with Kyler Murray over Hurts, but they've done a pretty good job surrounding him with some talent, trying to get the best out of his ability, going to use that mobility, et cetera, et cetera. If he can throw the ball a little better, they can make some noise over there. They could actually be testing with the Cowboys in that division. But I do have the Cardinals getting this game. I kind of went as even as it was. Cardinals at home, this is one they probably win, but it's not going to be an easy game. I have the Cardinals win this one, going to 2-3. What say you, Jack?
The phrase that I use is that Jay-Z song, "Show me what you got, show me what you got, little baby." And I think the Cardinals will lose because of what you mentioned with the Eagles, because of how they seem to be doing things to maybe slightly more confident in the way in which they're building their team around him. It really is a make or break year for Hurts. But yeah, so I think that it'll be one of. I think for the most part, these games this season are going to be close games for the Cardinals. Win or lose, I don't think they're going to be. When they win, it'll be close games. When they lose, they'll have some blowouts in there.
Okay.
But I think this will be a close one.
So you have them at 2-3 as well.
2-3 right now.
Aaron, okay, Aaron, what you say?
yeah, so I have the Cardinals winning this game. I think they're gonna. I have them winning the game before that against the Panthers, so I think they're going to go into this home game with some energy from that game, and then I think, I guess my prediction, specifics on the game is I'm going to say that this is going to be the game where Kyler Murray and Zach Ertz have a really a big game, and Zach Ertz have a really good performance against his former team.
Returning to his former team.
Cardinal, what do you got? Cardinal, what do you got?
I think it's winning. I think AJ Brown got that poor secondary. I think they're going to win.
Quinn has the Eagles winning this one. AJ Brown coming out here teaming up with Hurts to get them the victory. So that's another one on the board for. So you get your total as well. Next up, Cardinals Week 6. Got the Seahawks coming in here. Who you, Jay? What you got?
Cardinals with the Seahawks, the RIP to the 12s. That's the way I said that. And so I think the Cardinals will win. I don't think the Seahawks really care much about the quarterback position this season because of what they did not do to try to strengthen it. And so I think they're looking at the draft. So this is going to be a lost season in a lot of ways.
How about you, Aaron?
Yeah, I'm going to give this to the Cardinals as well.
Okay. Quinn, what do you got?
My phrase. Hawks, keep running.
So you going with the Cardinals too?
They've already given.
Okay. For me, I went Legion of Gloom. Soft man can't help you now. Because this is in Seattle, but still, they totally just deconstructed the team so many years ago. They were figuring on the defensive side. That went away. Russell Wilson goes away. Not much to scare you. You look at 12 men with that screaming. Cardinals go there and get a victory.
They ain't going to be screaming now.
Yeah. Bird calling. That's what they're going to do. So I got the Cardinals at 3-3 after this one. Next up, short week. Keep that in mind. Thursday night game. The Saints coming here to play the Cardinals. Week 7. What say you on this one, Aaron?
I am going to go with the Cardinals on this one. It is a short week, but it is at home. So I'm going to lean toward the home team here and give this to the Cardinals.
How about you? What's your pick?
I think the Saints. I think the Saints are going to be very much improved. Michael Thomas.
All right, so Quinn has the Saints winning this one, an upset win here. How about you, Jay?
I got frontline time. If you know anything about New Orleans, from what I understand, that you can rent the street musicians to play in like the brass section
Yeah.
as you're walking around, going from place to place. So it's frontline time. The Cardinals will win.
So you got that one. And I got this one. James taketh, James giveth away. Giveth away. Y'all know how James has a tendency to.
He can see better now.
He can see better now. He's got his eyes done.
Yeah.
I still think short week. I think he can come in here and give us at least one or two, which will allow us to get that victory right there. So right now, go through it.
I'll add it fast.
Go ahead, Aaron.
But this is also the Hopkins game. This is when Hopkins comes
Oh,
back.
that's a good call right there. I forgot all about that.
That's
But
my producer. I think I said the best producer in right now.
I'm glad you brought that up, Aaron. How soon do you think they get him back into rotation or to back up the speed?
First day.
I don't think so,
Man, you better ask.
What do you think, Aaron?
Well, what's interesting is that his first week back will be the short week. So Monday would be his first day back, and he has to go through this really short week. So there might be a chance that he's not going to. He'll definitely play for sure. I'm not saying he's not going to play or not going to start, but I'm sure that the first time they're going to have him go full will be the week after this.
Yeah, so they'll probably be very cautious with him.
You know what they'll say? We're not going to have him start the second play. He'll be in.
Yeah, but they might have him on a pitch count because here's the thing: the worst thing that could happen, Matt been sitting around all the time. He comes back and pulls his hammy or something.
He gets nicked up a lot.
Well,
I'm just
recently,
saying, in the last 3 or
couple
4
of years,
years,
yeah.
he gets picked up a lot.
He
He wasn't here when he was in Houston.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't meet you.
He was really durable
He
over
was
there. Durable over
But was he practicing?
Now, I was going to ask you, when did this non-practice thing start? And we'll never know.
Yeah, we'll never
But but that's a great thing you bring up here in his first game back. They are going to have to be very careful, like to those soft tissue injuries, especially if you get him out there and try to do too much too fast. So I do think they'll have him, if there's 70 snaps in the game, offensive snap, they might have him on a 30 to 35.
I know what that's like because my foot's been messed up for me. Like being like Hopkins.
Yeah.
we
You're the same one.
the same.
You got that kind of talent, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, in my mind. So I got to say the Cardinals sitting at 4-3 after week 7. Hopkins comes back. We think he at least aids in them getting that victory. So then we got week 8. Cardinals then go up to Minnesota to face the Vikings. And the Vikings, in my opinion, are going to be much improved if nothing else just because of the head coaching change. They got the new offensive coordinator. The offensive coordinator from the Rams came over. He's now their head coach. I think he's of Kirk D. Cousins, not in prime time. We'll have to see if he can play in prime time. But this being a Saturday or Sunday afternoon game, my saying for this, and I don't know if anybody who follows the Vikings out there, I put skull crushing. You know that saying? I've been there.
SKOL, right?
Yeah, SKOL.
Yeah.
There is nothing like being at a Vikings game. I've been to several, playing and watching my nephew. When they get that skull chant before the game, skull, guys clapping, skull. I mean, it just gets crazy, and that is a incredibly tough place to play. I've been there, like I said, as a fan and as a player, obviously playing, and I just think the Cardinals will, especially if Kirk is playing that game the way his head coach is, and my nephew out there and some of the other tools, Cook, and I just think they go up there and they get crushed. What do you got, Jack?
I got speed
got Jack.
kills. Because I think when we look at what Jefferson being at the wide receiver position, we know what Cook can do. I think that this might be one of these where this, for me, a 2-week winning streak comes to an end, and then they fall to the Vikings.
Okay, what about you?
Made a saying, it's from last year, when they missed the field goal, Greg Joseph, find a kicker, Vikings, you get the loss.
You're going against the Vikings. You got the Cardinals winning. Okay, Quinn has the Cardinals winning that one. What about you? I'm just saying, it shocked me there, especially with his nephew being on the team. Cousin, I'm sorry. I said, what about you, Aaron? What you got for this one?
So going into this game, I have the Cardinals on a 4-game winning streak, but I think the Vikings are going to end it. I think the Cardinals fall for them. I think this is their first morning, like 10 a.m. game here. It's their first game in the early morning. I think it's not something they're going to be used to, and I think the Vikings are going to catch them off guard and get ahead of them real fast.
Okay.
And they've also, like the last few times I don't think the Cardinals played the Vikings have had close games with them.
Yeah.
The Cardinals are just kind
That missed.
Wasn't it to last year, or the year before? Was it last year when the kicker missed that field goal that should have won it at the end? Yeah, they.
Find a kicker.
There you go. Find the kicker. For me, this Vikings team, I think, you always say, well, this is the year. You're not now, win, right? The Green Bay is
1 minute.
not necessarily Green Bay of old. I think they take a step forward, might even get that division this year. So right now, I think everybody give me what you have the Cardinals at.
4-4 right
You're
now.
at 4-4.
Same.
4-4 for Quentin. I think you're at Quentin. I think I'm at 4-4 as well. We got about 45 seconds real quick here. How do you think the fans are dealing with 4-4? Give me a word.
Concerned.
How about you, Aaron?
Dependent on what the rest of the West
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Quentin, what do you think the fans are thinking?
Bewildered.
Bewildered. Okay, I'm thinking there's a whole lot of separate upset because this team's supposed to be many strides forward. So right now, like I said, we got them all at 4-4. We'll take this break. 1 hour down, another to go. We'll keep on through the schedule here. Have a little fun here. Easy and Jay, Quentin, Aaron, Easy Sports Talk, KDUS 1060 AM, KSLX HD channel 201.7. Hope you're having a great weekend so far, folks. We'll be back after these messages. Hit them with it. Give them a long one, Jay.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
You're clear.
Thanks.
Today, if you could send me another YouTube link for segment 7.
Okay.
The Ultra Black didn't work either.
Gotcha. Sounds good.
To Scottsdale,
Easy Sports Talk.
All right.
Congratulations on
1 hour down.
5 years of business.
There it goes. Feel it.
Has provided every aspect related to
Hey.
the industry
Feel it.
across the valley.
Did you feel the coffee? You feel the coffee?
That's week 8.
You will find everything you need and are looking for at the amazing 50,000 square foot showroom and repair facility located at 38 West Main Street in historic downtown Mesa, or one of their 18 instrument
I mean, their football teams ain't good, but
Since opening their doors, the Milano's family mission has been about sharing their enthusiasm.
go to the next game. Go to the next game.
Okay. Week 9, you got Seahawks versus Cardinals.
Are the Cardinals at home?
Yes.
Visit MilanoMusic.com or call 480-827-11.
And you got
Sir.
Cardinals versus Rams.
Cardinals are at home, right?
Rams are home.
Okay.
Now hiring bus drivers. Serving 8 campuses across the valley.
You got 49ers and Cardinals, but that's in Mexico City. Cardinals are supposed to be at home.
Paid time off, great benefits, a 401k program, and with a starting salary of $17.50 an hour and up. To apply or for more information.
Then you got Chargers at the Cardinals.
At imagineschools.org. That's frank.stirper at imagineschools.
You got the bye week, then you got week 14 Patriots at Cardinals.
looking for something cool and fun to do in Arizona, then check out Birdie Adventures.
There we go.
Okay.
If you enjoy wine,
Thanks for letting me hang out with you guys.
Absolutely.
Birdie Adventures now has to try it on your tool. Birdie Adventures, pretty much started reviews on Google as a short drive from Phoenix that can be done in the Baker or plan an overnight stay at one of our cool local hotels. Check us out online at birdieadventure.com. That's birdieadventure.com.
Free Cryo and Wellness Center is a health optimization clinic.
I found a good Cajun Louisiana place, a good restaurant, Cajun place out in Avondale.
Okay.
It's called Flavors of Louisiana.
Oh, yeah.
You ever been there?
It's been a while.
Okay. Yeah.
Of Ed J and the Easy Sports Talk.
remind me after the next segment to go out and come back. I'll do it this way.
You're live.
And welcome back, hour 2 of the Easy Sports Talk Show. Hope you're having a great Saturday. And God, I have to say, man, it's not summerish out here, but you can tell fall's coming.
Wait a minute. How you gonna tell fall was coming?
Because football season is here.
Man.
College football. I'm looking on the television. I'm seeing all these like Purdue and some. I don't know. I'm imagining, bro. I'm trying to talk myself into thinking we're getting close. I need something, right?
Yeah, I guess you don't know.
Yeah, no, it's still hot out here. Golly. You know what it is.
Summer light.
Yeah. This segment right here is brought to you by
Colt Artisan Beverage Company, the official beverage company of the Easy Sports Talk Show. One of the first to launch nitrogen-infused coffee. They offer everything from specialty coffees to a botanical infusion line of caffeine and sugar-free brewed beverages. Call Colt Artisan Beverage Company at 623-434-0939 or visit ilovecolt.com for more information.
Okay, so we're going to keep rolling here with our walk through the Cardinals 2022 season. Week 9, we got the Seahawks. And quick turnaround. It's funny how we're going to be playing the Seahawks for the second time already, and we still haven't gotten the 49ers and stuff like that. It's crazy how they put these schedules together sometimes.
Yes.
It's like, okay, so we're done with the 40 with the Seahawks after week 9. Still have not even seen our other counterparts in the division, but they're coming up soon. But in the meanwhile, Seahawks, Cardinals, for this one, I got roadkill. This is one of those games. Cardinals will finally get over 500, in my opinion, for the first time this year. Get to 5-4. This is one of those ones you cannot lose. It's not lose. This is you got to win this game. And I put in my notes, this is the week after this game that Hard Knocks starts. So all the routine and everything we've been doing for those first nine weeks, now all of a sudden you're coming.
You think we'll walk into the locker room with a book? All right, yo, I told you this all the time. I want. And everybody's looking at you.
And I'll ask of this of all of us, really Hard Knocks, especially for me. It's all a bunch of the cameras and all that kind of stuff. I might actually be forced to watch it because the Cardinals are going to be on it, and that's disturbing to me. Because now if there's a tire out there to be flipped at 10 or 11 o'clock at night, J.J. Watt's going to be getting that work in, right? He's going to be out there pumping wood. So the people are going to be what the hell's all that noise? There's noise. 11 o'clock at night, get this weight in. So, all right, what you got on this game?
I got the phrase to say my name because it's another beat. It's another victory by the Arizona Cardinals when it comes to the Seahawks.
5-4. Aaron, what about you?
Same. I definitely just don't think the Seattle team really has it this year to be able to compete with the Cardinals, and the Cardinals get the win here.
How about you, real quick? What you got?
Seahawks get blown out.
Seahawks get blown out. Okay, so we all got them sitting at 5-4, above 500. Then comes week 10. Cardinals go to the Rams. I'll let you go first on this one, Jay.
All right, I got second verse, same as the first. So the Cardinals fall to the Rams again.
How about you, Aaron?
Yeah, so I think that this is going to be the time where obviously, like we said, that Hard Knocks is going to be people will be talking about Hard Knocks. They're going to be talking about the Cardinals' previous experience during the second half of the season and falling off. And I think they're going to come into LA and they're going to put a really good fight, and then they're just going to lose, and then they're just going to fall back to 500, and then the Rams will have a win.
And what about you, Quinn? This is your team. What you got? No, he got Rams. So I'm staying on my theme with the Friday movie.
I can't wait till he's tweeting. He's really thinking.
The same thing. That's my bike pump.
Yeah.
They're gonna get Debo'd again out there in another man handled by the Rams. They fall back to 5-5. So now they're 5-5. Week 11. Our first. Now we played both parties in foes twice already, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is our first time playing 49, and we've already now done with Seahawks and Rams. We're putting the schedule together. We played both of them twice, and now we're getting ready for our first game in week 11 against the 49ers, and it's a home game, and it's in Mexico City. So throw all that in there. What you got for this one?
I got there's a line in Dreamgirls where there's a song where Eddie Murphy's character Jimmy want more, Jimmy want more, Jimmy want more, and I think the 49ers will beat the Cardinals because Jimmy G will be playing by that time.
All right, how about you, Aaron?
Yeah, I think the Cardinals will pull away with this one. I think that this could be Trey Lance.
Still
at
playing?
this point. So
Okay.
I think it's going to be a primetime game. It's going to be a really crazy setting. I think the crazy setting and head-to-head job by really
Who you got, Quinn?
I'm giving a phrase that you just pointed out. We just got Devo.
Okay, he said they just got Debo. So he's going with the 49ers in this. So you have to listen to this one right here. I put time to put your Jimmy hat on. I mean, time to put your hat on, Jimmy.
We gonna go on to the next one after this one.
Well, no. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
What I'm saying with this might have gone. This might be the time where in week 11, just like Aaron said, or no, you said, they might be at the point where Trey is just not doing it.
Yeah.
And this is a team that has Super Bowl aspirations, not just trying to groom a quarterback. And this might be time where they pull Jimmy off the bench. So get your hat on, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Get your hat on.
Yeah.
And I do have. Remarkably though, I see them doing the swap. I do have the Cardinals winning this game,
Okay.
just like Aaron did. So I have the Cardinals at 6-5. Week 12, we got the Chargers coming in here to play the Cardinals. What say you on this one, Aaron?
I don't really have a great reason for this decision. I just think the Cardinals are going to come out with a win here. I think that they're both really good teams. I just think the Cardinals are going to be riding high on a couple of recent wins and just going to pull out and have a great win.
How about you, Quinn?
I made a cool saying about this. Remember when I got struck by lightning?
That's from the movie Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Remember, I will tell you about the story. I got struck by lightning 7 times. So he's got the Chargers winning that one, and I like that. It's good. How about you?
I said I wrote overrated. I know. I mean, I know Herbert is good, but all this praise that's put on them, I think it's just a little bit too soon. So I have the Cardinals winning this one.
Okay, I went struck by lightning, and a little not a shocker to the bolts after birds. You always wonder. You go into the city, into the hood, right? You see like 1,000 birds sitting on top of the electric, the wire. Like, how come they can do that and we can't? But in this case, the birds will get zapped. So somebody's gonna hit that current. They're gonna hit that current. And I think I do like.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm with you on the Herbert is getting a lot of praise, but man, he does look the part. He looks good, and they've added some weapons. And
It's funny you say that the same way that you say that about Herbert is the same thing that the people on the outside looking in say the things about Kyler. You see how he's okay.
What leadership is intangible. Because I never said Kurt Murray doesn't have the talent. I've always said the talent is outstanding. It's his intangibles and leadership and his attitude toward the game, his approach toward it. You listen to people when they describe Herbert. First thing you talk about, man, that dude's he's smart. He's a leader. He's this. When we talk about Murray, he doesn't have to speak. But I'm saying, what's the first thing? What's the first known thing they say about Murray most of the time?
He's talented.
And then you stop there, right?
It's not what you say, but what you don't say.
Thank you. So, bro, you know.
Oh my God, that's okay.
I'm just saying.
That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
So I got the after that. The Cardinals now sitting at 6-6, and then week 13 we finally.
And I don't mean to interrupt. Can I change my answer?
Yes, go right ahead.
I think I'm going to give this to the Los Angeles Chargers. Looking at their schedule, I think the Cardinals coming back from Mexico City on a short week because that Mexico City game's on Monday, and then I think they're going to be looking a little bit too ahead of their time.
Oh yeah. You got it, man. I'm telling you, that is Aaron. You are on point. That bye week, especially when it's good, and for the bye week, I put what took you so long to get here. Because week 13 of a season, bro, there gonna be some dudes that already got that plan for what they're doing with that week off.
Oh,
and man, especially after going to Mexico City and then you come back, you got one more the break. Bro. I mean, they're gonna be some dudes that just check out. All right, so right now I got them at 6-6. Real quick for all of us, Patriots coming here after the Cardinals bye week 14. I'll go first real quick. I just put the Patriots, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. I just think the direction they're heading, Bill without Brady It's
Brady's
just
not jealous,
It's just
bro.
not. I think they come in here and the Cardinals get a victory. Go to 7-6. What you got, Jack?
I got things done changed. Word to the Notorious B.I.G. So I think the Cardinals will come out with the win because things have changed in New England.
Okay. What about you, Aaron?
Yep, we got the Cardinals getting the W here as well.
Okay. What about you, Quentin?
Tom Brady 2.0 killed you.
You got the Patriots money? You want Tom Brady 2.0 killed you. So you got
They're on a
Okay.
4-game losing streak for me.
all right. So start tallying up so we can figure where we are with our records after this. But hey, been a lot of fun so far. We're gonna take this break and we're gonna finish up the last, I guess you call it, quarter of the season. Right now, I have the Cardinals sitting at 7-6 after week 14. They finally got that bye.
I got 7-6 as well.
Okay, 7-6. Okay, 7. You might have them 6-7 for all I know. You can do your tabulating.
I had
Okay.
5. I had 5 names.
All right.
5-8.
Yeah, 5-8. All right. So great show so far. Appreciate you hanging out. Easy and Jay. Quentin, Aaron behind the glass, getting it again, having a lot of fun. Hope you're enjoying your weekend so far, folks. KUS 1060 AM, KSLX AC channel 227. You can also catch us on the Facebook stream, LinkedIn, YouTube. We're all over. We'll be back after these messages, man. Hope you're having a good start to your weekend.
Are you okay?
Sorry, say with your chest.
Are you okay?
So you got 5 and 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
Monday through Friday, 1 to 3 p.m.
Not trying to throw shade.
Phoenix Ridge Brew is more than just a coffee shop and market. Phoenix Ridge Brew is a market potential for the community demonstrating. At Phoenix Ridge Brew, we specialize in starch dressing. The sauce and syrup that we use is non-dairy, and zero high fructose corn. The low acid bean is roasted locally by Cool Artisan and is exclusive to Phoenix Ridge Brew. This low acid bean helps the scratch recipes no dairy. Customer experience menu is located on social media. Every Tuesday, we dispose Tuesday, where we drop it in. And every Thursday, we drop it in coffee. On Fridays, Phoenix Ridge Brew is a high-end space. We provide affordable rates.
Appreciate you hanging out with us, members, man.
Additional services. West Oak Road. In Glendale, or you can call 362-6212. Be sure to visit us on Instagram, Strange Brew, and on Facebook, it's Phoenix Strange Brew Coffee and Market. Be sure to tell Tish and the fabulous team and Jay Music Sports and Coffee Talk
Congratulate Milano Music as they celebrate 75 years of business. Since 1946, the Milano family has provided every aspect of the to your current one, lessons, sheet music, rituals, and more. You will find everything you need and are looking for at Olympian's amazing 2000s outreach center and service will be located at 38 West Main Street in historic downtown Mesa, or one of their 18 internet rooms across. Since opening the door to Milano family mission is about sharing their enthusiasm and music with others. 75 years later, the proof is in their team and community. For information on the next location or visit MilanoMusic.com or call 827-11. Again, congratulations to Milano Music, and here's to the next 75 years.
With over 11 years of serving
Yeah, I can see it in that dude's eyes. He said, I didn't know he had a podcast. Yeah.
And welcome back to the Easy Sports Talk Show. Hope you have a great start to the week. This segment right here is brought to you by
True Narrative Media. True Narrative Media understands in today's world, the visual aspect of media is extremely effective in growing your business and expanding your brand awareness. True Narrative Media specializes in telling your unique story, providing a wide range of video services for companies and businesses of all sizes. For more information, call 623-335-0735 or visit TrueNarrativeMedia.com for more information.
and working with True Media. Mark updated the website, edsmithspeaks.com. If you've never seen it before, you're not going to know how great old job he did on that. But go to edsmithspeaks.com. Take a look. You can go to the radio page. There's a page for my speaking events and things like that. The book, there's so much. I'm going to be putting it out on social media. Here soon. Thank you, Mark, for an amazing job. Unbelievable job. Then real quick, Brother Michael Carter, he's got a bet for all of us. He said, I bet all of you the Cardinals beat the Saints $20 a piece straight up. Saints will be at them by double digits. So he's taking Cardinals. Anybody?
I actually have the Cardinals.
You have the Cardinals.
Yeah.
You know what?
I'll bet that.
You know who's going to pay me.
I can't take that back.
I'll tell you what, Mike, I'll give you 10 on Quentin, and I'll cover that for him. I'll take you on that one. Wait a minute, he's got Saints, right? Wait a minute. Or did I pick Cardinals?
I got Saints.
I got the Cardinals.
Yeah, I picked Cardinals. Hey, I don't know those Cardinals to beat the Saints. Wait a minute, yeah, I picked the Cardinals too. Yeah, to beat the Saints.
All right, so
We'll figure that one out. I'm not sure if he gets hurt by it or turns by it, or maybe Texas Cardinals in that one too.
Yeah.
So okay, so let's jump to the final quarter of the season. If we don't finish this as a shorter segment, we'll pick it up on the backside. But let's go. Week 15, Cardinals go to Denver to play the Broncos. We're now, as far as I'm concerned, we're sitting at 7-6, still somewhere in the playoff race, but dangling. Wilson, now the quarterback of the Broncos, just signed a 5-year extension. So they locked him in. So they locked him long-term, 2 years, 5-year extension. They've got their quarterback of this generation. After they've been looking since Peyton Manning, they finally got that position filled. By this time of the season, he's really getting acclimated to everything. I got Russell cooking in the Mile High City. I think that's trouble for Cardinals. It's always a tough place to play. I think the Cardinals go up there and get stampeded by the Broncos.
if you've never been at altitude, seriously, so for those folks that have never, if you maybe you've been to Flagstaff, but you never really experienced it, I experienced it from the sense of performing up in altitude, doing a show and doing a hip hop show, and midway through the set, I was done. Yeah, it's crazy. But so I go with Chef's Kiss, and so the Cardinals lose to the Broncos.
Okay, how about you, Aaron?
So I am actually going with the Cardinals win here. I think it'll be a close line. I think just I'm leaning more toward the team that has more consistency. And I think, with Russell Wilson and being new to this team, even though it's a little bit later in the season, I'm just going to go with the Cardinals here.
Okay, what about you, Queen?
Russ, remember and learn how to cook.
Okay, Russell's good. So you got the Broncos winning this one. So by this point, you guys keep a track of it. I have the Cardinals at 7-7. Week 16, the Buccaneers coming into town. That's Sunday night football. That's Sunday night football. So it's prime time. Brady and the Buccaneers come in week 16.
I got there's a LL Cool J song from one of his albums called "Bucking Them Down," bucking them down, and I think that the Cardinals will win because I think this is not going to shape up well for Tom Brady and the Bucs. So I got the Cardinals winning.
Okay, what about you, Aaron?
So I do think the Buccaneers will be good this year, but I do think the Cardinals come out for that. I think they're going to be in this weird spot where they either have to win and get into the wild card spot, or if they lose, they're kind of out of it. So I think they're going to be really, really wanting this win and to answer back from last year's Christmas Day loss. So I think they just come out to win with a little bit of energy.
Okay, what about you, Quentin?
Old man can still dish it out.
Old man can still dish it out. You got the Buccaneers winning that one. I like that. I went with the Last Dragon team. Who's the last? The coach coming in here, and you never bet against the GOAT. I just got Tom coming in here, winning this one with a little precision. They're 7-8. We're now sitting at 7-8. And then we now go in week 17 over to play the Cardinals. the Falcons. I'm sorry. So Cardinals go over to play the Falcons. Week 17. What you got, Aaron?
Yep, I got the Cardinals winning this. Cardinals are better team.
Yep.
How about you, Brendan?
Sorry, Dad, them dirty birds died long.
He apologized when he said those dirty birds died a long time ago. So he's got the Cardinals winning that one. How about you, Jay?
I got the Cardinals winning. I couldn't think of it. I was trying to get a Dungeon family related slogan, but yeah, I got the Cardinals winning.
Okay, I went birds of a feather flock together. And what I mean in that is right now, we all know the Falcons. We all know the Falcons ain't tanking, but you know, you get rid of Ryan, you made a dash for Watson, didn't get him, you traded away your franchise quarterback, Matty Ice, and now you're in, you know, you got Mariota, but he's not your long-term solution. This is a rebuild. I've seen one. I'm not saying the Cardinals are rebuilding, but I think we're kind of in the same boat. We might have a few more wins than them at this point in time because we come in 7, 8, 8. Falcons probably something like 4 and 12, 4 and whatever, 5 and whatever. So we're both in the same boat, trying to finish this stretch of the season out. It's been a rough year. We go in there, we win this one. We're now 8 and 8, and then we're going into the finale, which is week 18. I'll let you go with this one, Jay. Week 18, Cardinals finished up with the 49ers. And this is, this game is.
I got last laugh. Cardinals beat the 49ers.
Let me ask you, and I'll ask all of you this right now. Who do you think is quarterbacking the 49ers by this point of the season right here? Do you think Lance has held on the field on it, or do you think he's in there?
I think by this time Lance will probably be back in. It's one of those things where they'll give Lance a little bit of a leash, and then once they put Jimmy in, they know they're not going to have long term with Jimmy, so they're hoping to give us a quick spark. If he loses a game or two, then they'll pull him back in and say, "All right, Travis, you just got to finish this out and really get your experience in that way." So.
Okay, how about you, Aaron? Do you think first tell us you think Lance is the quarterback, and what do you think about this game?
Yeah, so I think for sure that Trey Lance, I think, will be the quarterback right here. I think they really wanted to commit to him. I think that Jimmy G is just a really nice safety net they have throughout the season. And they might go to him. They might go sure, like Jay was saying, but I definitely think Trey Lance will be the consistent starter. My result for this game is going to be that the 49ers come out with a win at home. I think I have the Cardinals on a 3-game winning streak.
Yes, sir.
And I think heading into the season or heading into the end of the season and heading into a possible postseason, they're just going to be looking ahead too much and just going to have a loss here.
Okay. And then quick, what do you got for you?
I think Lance gets benched in week 9 so Jimmy can get a few wins for the Niners.
So you think Lance is going to get benched probably around week 9, but then they give Jimmy back in, but then Lance got back in the finish?
Yeah, because they know they're already going to make the playoffs.
What's your pick on this game? Who do you got? 49ers or Cardinals?
So wait, is that hoping that the Cardinals win the game?
Okay, he's got Cardinals when he's Subway's not helping him as reference to Jimmy G. And just to give everybody, because I mentioned this earlier in the show, we did talk about Jimmy G. He actually restructured his contract. So they were getting close to the deadline.
Yeah.
I think they were going to owe him about $25-26 million, or have to outright cut him once cut days came. They decided, along with him, to restructure his deal to 6.5, which is all guaranteed. So he took about a $20 million pay cut, but he has a no trade clause, which means if they do find a partner to trade him to this year, then he has to say yes or no on it. And at the end of the year, they can't franchise him, and he becomes an outright free. So it's kind of a win-win. He becomes a safety blanket there. If they need him, I'm joking with somebody out there. It's like break glass in case of emergency.
Yeah.
That's what he is for the season. For the same time, they're hoping that Trey Lance does his thing, and there's no type of use for him. And then at the end of the season, they let him go. He gets a 6.5. But if he does come in and play, there's incentives that could take him, get him another $10 million or so. So, and for this game, I went with, are we there yet? Cardinals coming in at 8-8, in my opinion, not really in a playoff picture. And this is a game where Kyler might even be just sitting on the bench calling plays with Cliff, because we all know his kind of mindset when it comes to putting that extra work.
Well, I think you and Earl have the same, because Earl just reached out, and Earl holla at me because we go to get you on the leave this Monday. But I mean, good Lord, dog. Yeah, you Hey.
Bruh, I'm just calling it like I see it. And here's
What
the
you got?
thing.
Okay, we gonna come
My
back to the
final-
records after.
Yeah, let's do the records when
All
we
right.
come back so
Okay.
we can do our follow-up.
Do you think
Totals
Jimmy
and
D will be
controversies.
starting?
I think, oh boy, I do think Jimmy D comes in at some hump in the season. I think he finishes it out, and I do think they're a playoff team. And with us not being in the playoff picture, being in the playoff, white flag is waved because Kyler waved the flag in the middle of the game or at the end of the game last year. He was actually playing it. I ain't going back to that. Might happen.
It's gonna be interesting what these records are when we come back. We're gonna
Come
see
back
what
and
it
get
is.
into
And shout out
it.
to my family, they listen. My wife Nika and my son Elijah, they listen. Elijah has the Cardinals beating the 49ers.
Okay, we're gonna take this break. Come back after this. Appreciate you hanging out. EJ, Aaron, Easy Sports Talk. Hope you have a great weekend so far, folks.
Are you kidding? Hate.
I ain't
You
hating.
gotta get that. You gotta get that sound for that. Hate.
Clear.
So get your total record together. You already have it? Okay, you got two.
We signed them on the
You're live.
And welcome to the Easy Sports Talk Show. Got a special guest in the house, brother Mitch popped in. We'll talk about that in a minute. This segment right here is brought to you by
Phoenix Strange Brew. Phoenix Strange Brew is a coffee social house that specializes in the art of mixology. At Phoenix Strange Brew, they use only scratch recipes. All sauces and syrups used to make each recipe is vegan, non-dairy, gluten-free, and zero high fructose, free of debris coffee. For more information, visit the location at 4343 West Bell Road in Glendale. That's 43rd Avenue and Bell. Call them at 623-624-1412, or go to their website, phxstrangebrew.com. Again, that's phxstrangebrew.com.
And I got to clarify because Michael, I don't know why, I was trying to do the show and read at the same time. He actually has he said we all chose the Cardinals. He's willing to take that $20 bet.
Okay,
against
I'm with it.
all of us
I'm with it.
that the Saints are going to win by double digits.
Okay.
So he's going with Saints. I'll tell you what, I'll go my 20. You going 20?
Yeah, I'll go 20.
And then Quentin, you split the difference. You go 10. So that's a $50 bet.
So
right there.
then if the
Total.
Cardinals, if the Saints win, if they win by single digits.
All right, we're going straight up. I'm just saying, Michael, text me. We'll take that on. I'm just saying.
Whatever.
I'm just saying.
You trying to say what he meant was, you didn't know what he meant. You ain't
No, he
him.
said he thinks they're going to win by double digits.
All right.
But I was assuming he was going straight up. Be a man about it. Say what you said. What do you push for? Oh, soft over here. You missed this, don't you? All right, real quick, let's clarify. Let's get up to date
Yeah.
for
The
our
records.
records. So you go ahead.
I got 10-7, man. I got 10-7, man. I got 10-7. We're gonna have you go last because you're the hater. So we got 10-7. Then what you got?
7 and 10.
Okay,
When
that's what Earl has
7-10.
too, by the way.
Earl's 7-10.
Earl got
Now
7-10.
Earl's the leader of the Bird gang, so he knows something. I'm not putting any faith in your 10-7. Aaron, what you got?
Yep, I have them at 10-7 as well. Which is
Oh,
a one-game regression from last season. They finished 11-6 for a team that stayed mainly consistent. Throughout the off season and has a wide receiver who's suspended. I just don't see them falling, to that 7 and 10 rank.
All right, let's do this then. You got what?
11-6.
You think Mitch is going 11-6. Okay, let's put this out here then. So you're going double digits.
If I can go
double
like
digits. Okay, let's do this though. Let's do this.
I got 10-7.
Over under 9.5 on the season. I'll take the under. You guys all take
The over-under is 8.5, by the way.
I don't care. Well, I'm going with your over under.
The over-under is 8.5.
Okay, then I'll take. Well,
So I got if it's 8.5.
I'm going.
The betting
I'm going
line
to
is
bet
8.5,
on-
fool.
This is easy sports stuff. I don't care what the other betting lines are. You want that? You go to Vegas. This is Ed Easy Smith betting line. Since you all going 10-7, 11-6. Me and my son going as far as get in the room. So Aaron's going 10-7, I think. And I'm going.
Yeah, 10-7.
Okay, so the over under. Let's go 9.5. Let's go. What's
Let's
the
go
let's
9.
go. What's the count? Let's go 9.5. That way, there's no troubles. If they win 9, then we're all on the line. I want to go one way or the other. 9.5. Which you will say with your chest. What you gonna put on it? What you want to lose? Okay, I'll tell you what. Beverage of your choice. To
Oh,
a
no, because I know you.
No,
I bought beverages for
wait.
you.
No, okay, wait.
I
We'll put a
ain't
cap
messing
on
with
it,
you.
We'll put a cap on it.
Shoot.
At $30 or whatever, you just give me a small bottle. You don't give me a big bottle, right? All right? And you give my son whatever he wants because he's on this too. You willing to get on this? Kids? Okay. Over under 9.5. How about you, Aaron? I'll bring you all the coffee you want. Or beverage of your choice.
As a sports fan, I don't bet that much, so I wish I even knew what you're talking about. Really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's really Aaron.
Oh, you're leaving Aaron out.
Okay, I got you.
Okay. So the line is 9.5. If the Cardinals win,
So the Cardinals, essentially,
And
if
they're
the Cardinals
10.
win 9, then I lose.
If they win 10,
or more,
then you and Mitch win.
Yeah.
All right. What's the cap on our bet?
Oh, $30. Shoot, man. I
Hey,
didn't
make
bought
it light
stuff for
on
you
yourself.
before.
I'm just saying, make it
I
light on
didn't bought
yourself.
stuff for you.
I don't want no cheap stuff either. I want top stuff. So, all right, me and Quentin against you guys.
Top of the rock.
What is
That's
Crown Royal?
All right.
it.
So let me see. So, all right, we got about seven minutes or so left in the segment.
Yeah.
So we got all our bets, and I'm going on the season. I'm going 8 and 9. That's my total for the season. But for the sake of our bet, 9.5 spread or 9.5 over under. So we're all set with that.
Yeah.
So then some other news to jump on real quick just before we get out of here. D-back And where's the other? I wish I had that other. The
Isn't
other
it in
thing
that,
for
like, over there?
over there. Okay. Well, let me see. You can grab it from me. Let me plug it in, and Mitch can jump on with this for a second here. But Diamondbacks 63-68 have moved up to third in the NL West, and it's kind of appropriate because they just went and extended our boy.
Like 3 years,
see
right?
that right there.
About
Next
3 years, right?
Yeah.
They extended the tour by
Extended him 1
3
year.
4 years.
Nope. They gave him a 1-year deal for the extension. So he's basically, I won't say dead man walking again, but it's basically he's just out there.
Yeah,
He's not necessarily, here or there.
yeah,
So it's a good thing. How do you feel about the 1-year extension?
yeah. I think it should be at least 2. I mean,
There's
there's going to be
doing.
increased expectation based on the way that they're finishing the season, as we just mentioned, the last 10 games, 8-2. But in one of those games,
There's a headset there, too.
Coins.
Mitch, there's a headset. Oh, you got
two against the Phillies getaway game. But the point is that they've still been not only going hard, but they've also been able to show that Jordan Bello is still kind of locked in, that he can work with younger talent. And I think that's always a good positive thing. So I think they should have at least given them 2 years, if not just one. But
Exactly. 16-12 in the month of August, and they are actually 22-16 since the All-Star break, showing a whole lot of promise. This team, and they're in a tough division. They're sitting 27 back of the Dodgers right now, 9.5 back in the wild card. But this team is fighting. And first off, Mitch, it is great to see you. Mitch was in town. He came down doing some stuff with Casual E and the
Casual Sports.
Casual Sports. You went over and saw some of the games. Tell us, first off, welcome back in town. I know you got a jet out of town today, but what's been going on and what the Diamondbacks look like?
Oh, I mean, they look awesome. At the beginning of the year, thought they'd go around 500, a little bit over. I was hoping. That was very unrealistic expectations. Now that I look at it, the roster, the raw size, Ketel Marte and Christian Walker, who's 33 and about 26. This is a roster of 22-year-olds.
Is it really?
23.
Okay.
Like, Corbin Carroll just got pulled up, and I believe
some excitement around him.
Yeah.
Can be, but
he was drafted as the number 1 prospect, and he got called up 10 games ago. He was the number 3 prospect. Alec Thomas is 22. He's a rookie. He's a stud. Corbin Carroll, probably 2021. I haven't really looked at his age.
not a lot of time that he spent in the minor leagues.
No,
as well. Like, 140 games? I would say, something like that.
Because that COVID year still counts as a year, but it wasn't the full season at the same time. They pulled him up really early.
Let me ask you this, Mitch. With your single-out encouraging team that's really young, and they're hanging 63. Remember last year they won a total of 50 games. So they won 63 games into the month of September. A lot of young talent. But is that, can you take that route when you got the Padres and the Dodgers spending gazillion dollars a piece, and every year you're going to have this young, exciting team. If you try to stay on this path, it still might be 20, 25 games out of first place just because of who you're battling against.
I think Arizona always has to fight for a wild card spot. Dodgers are always going to be that team that spends $500 million, and I can't blame our owner for not spending the $500 million.
Yeah.
So we're fighting the Padres at this point. Eventually, the Padres are going to prove out they can't sustain this. We've seen this over and over again. They get these big $300 million, $400 million contracts, and then they poop them out about a year later. Not about a year. They can't. All we have to deal a year. 2 years. It's going to keep growing. And I don't necessarily care as much right now if they make the wild card in the next year or two. This is the most exciting Arizona Diamondbacks team I've seen since that '93 win season. They're not a home run team like Goldschmidt was that year or anything. But this is a team that Perdomo constantly does stack punts. This is old school. Alec Thomas, any of these guys can go steal base, and they mess with those pitchers' heads bad.
And the point with that is because if you have a team that's exciting, and that can bring the turnstiles begin to turn, then you have maybe an opportunity to be able to say we can go in. Maybe it's not next season, but the season after, as they've shown that they'll spend money, but they spent money in the wrong places with some of the older pitchers that they brought in, right, on the big contracts. But if the turnstiles start turning because of an exciting team, because they keep you engaged and you want to go, and then all those things that come along with that, that can help you to put you in a better position.
It's also going to show that if this team's exciting and Arizona fans start showing up to the game, the owner will look at this and go and get bigger contracts when these players are up for contract. They're like, wow, Arizona people do show up for games if we put out a good product, which we haven't had since 2018, 2019 during that time period. It had to be 2018.
Yeah.
We haven't had even what you would consider a decent product
No.
since then.
Because we don't want to spend that money, we're constantly letting our franchise pieces go. There's no reason why Goldsmith should still be here. Diamondback doing what he's doing for the Cardinals.
He'll win an MVP this year.
Real quick, real quick. We don't have a minute left. Who's the next face of our
Alec
organization?
Thomas.
Alec Thomas?
Yep. If fans go out there and read any of the articles on the Diamondbacks Casual Sports Radio Network, I'm constantly writing about Alec Thomas. I think he's going to win Gold Gloves. He honestly should as a rookie, but you know how votes happen with this. And you have to earn your way through the years on that one. But this is a Gold Glove season for a rookie.
Okay.
And he's hitting over 260, double-digit home runs. He's getting the kid's 22.
Okay.
He was born in the year 2000. And this kid's out there making a name for himself.
All right. We're going to make this last break. Get a couple bits of information. Before we start our long Labor Day weekend. Hey, appreciate you hanging out. Thank you for jumping on with us, brother. This money making this.
Yeah, man.
Easy, Jay, Aaron, Quentin, Mitch. Take this break. Be back to finish things up, folks.
Are you good?
That's good stuff.
There.
We have you. Yeah. And welcome back. Final segment of the Easy Sports Talk. So, been a fun one, man. A lot of contribution from a lot of different people, and including Mike. Mike, he's taking on our bet. He has the Cardinals at 8-9, but he's taking on our $50 bet, 20, and 10. So we'll see if the Saints come in here, and otherwise we might all have to put that to go over to our spot.
Yeah, man.
Pints.
Yeah.
Anyway, appreciate brother Mitch jumping in with us, man. We're having a great time. It's funny when we do our shows. A lot of the best conversations are like off air. You know, sometimes we try to bring them back, but we had a great one with Mitch there. Tell us a little bit about his experience while he was here, checking out the Diamondbacks for the last couple nights. So that's some good stuff. Remind me when we have you on next, we want to dive into that. What you talked with the ump about. So let me do this. Let's get our thank yous and everything in before we break out of here in a little bit. I want to thank Brother Hans and Lonnie Schatz at Cole Artisan Beverage Company, the official beverage company of the Easy Sports Talk Show. I want to thank Mike Milano and the family at Milano Music, Frank Sturpey and the Imagine Schools of Arizona family, Tis Gable at Phoenix Strange Group. Make sure you go support that great local establishment. Coach D'Alicio and the Varsity Sports Show. Congratulations, Coach, for starting the additional hour 7 to 8 leading up to success for him. I know he's getting ready to go into his busy season too with all the high school, JUCO, football, everything. So congratulations, Coach. I want to thank Brother Mark Twain Beaver and True Narrative Media. And if you have an opportunity, go check out the website, edsmithspeaks.com. Just revamped by True Narrative and Mark, and it is unbelievable. So I'll be putting some information out on that. But you definitely got to go check that out. Like I said, there's all kinds of things. You can go to the radio page for a part of the book page if you want a copy of Easy.
Buy that book, man.
Buy that book,
man. Words on the page, man.
But would love your feedback on that as well. I want to thank Colton Mara, EIC Agency, Cam Rogers on the Believe Network, where you can find our podcast.
Believe.com, Sirius XM app, wherever you find your podcast, you search Believe in the Arizona Cardinals, BLEAV. Also, EasySportsTalk.com as well.
And a new feature, we're actually doing the video portion of it now, and they're loading it up on Twitter. So you can now go to Twitter and catch the Believe in Arizona Cardinals podcast as well.
It's going to be 2 days a week now, starting next week.
Yes.
Mondays and Thursdays.
So we're going to do our show on there. We're going to do our prediction show on Monday. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Tina Smith and E3 Crown Wellness Center, Majestic Services. Let Majestic Services come out and do all of your dirty work. Casual Sports Network. Earl and Brother Sean, make sure you support them as well as Mitch. Great article. He's been uploading customer first solution. And we want to thank Aaron. We want to thank Aaron. All the great show. I know you're doing double duty where you're trying to give us some pictures, but really appreciate everything.
Surrounded by great people. That's for real.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
And I want to thank my son for jumping in with us today. Too. Getting really proud of you. Start to your 7th grade year. You're doing a great job.
Real quick, I came in here because we've been on the road for a while, and so since the last time I was here, his voice has changed. So I walk in, hey, how you doing? What's going on?
Oh, it's going through that.
What's up?
Going through that.
Before it was, hey, what's up? How you doing? Nice. What's going on? Hey, Dad. Hey, yo, Daddy. Let me get you the drink. Let me get you to go.
Hey, the good thing is he still doesn't like my crab cakes and stuff like that. So cakes and stuff like that. So I was off. I'm just like I'm off with it now.
How do you offer it? You don't want it.
No, I put them up too. Hey,
you don't want it.
The other day I said, "Quick, you want some more crab cakes?" Nah, I'm good. And I'm like,
no, I'm good. Yeah.
One of these days gonna be like, yeah, give me some of that.
You don't like it spicy, right? It's too spicy for you.
Yeah.
Too spicy.
So thanks. Everybody was making sure. I'm kidding about that. I don't have to reach over and say, no, I don't think I did. And just we got about 6 minutes or so. A couple stories just want to hit on real quick before we get out of here. First, college football, they agreed to expand to 12 games yesterday. The board came together.
4 years from now. They'll move it up earlier.
They're urging the commissioners. Yeah, they're actually encouraging the commissioners. Commissioners of all the leagues to implement it as soon as.
That's cool because they want to be fair and they're doing it out of the kindness of their heart to do that. I mean, it's wonderful. Just how
it's all about that. These contracts, when they do these deals, and they like, they just signed the deal and run 28 or what? As soon as they figure out a way, They figured it out. Basically, leaving a whole lot of money on the table because they're only making 14. Man, what man? Let's make this one. Let's make it get all the conferences in there and all these television deals and billions of dollars.
From what I understand, it's supposed to be the highest ranked conference champions, the 6 highest ranked conference
But
champions.
then the 4
And
get
then
buys.
the other 6 are at large bids. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about that money now. You know what happened? They finally saw the players making a little money, and it was like, well, dude, we gotta get back in this game. There's got to be a way we can make more ourselves.
Yeah,
It's crazy. College sports is eventually just going to turn into pro sport with guys going to college on the side. I think. I mean,
well, the college is making all that money, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, me make some money.
I'm just saying that's where it
I
seems
worked
like
during
it's headed.
college. I could have been had a sponsorship with Dr. Pepper. It would have made it a whole lot easier. I wouldn't have been driving a Corolla. I'll tell you that. Shoot.
There was another story I was looking at real
You
quick.
talking about Mitchell, Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah. Mitchell just signed with was traded.
Yeah.
I'm looking at all this- Oh, you're right there. Mitchell, Donovan Mitchell traded from Utah to the Cavaliers. No, actually,
Danny Ainge is a
I
genius.
know.
That dude. Why can't he be a Lakers GM or
The
president?
Jazz get players. They get the Laurie Markkanen,
Marketing.
okay, Oche Agbaji, Colin Sexton, and they get Cleveland's unprotected first-round picks in 25, 27, and 29, and they swap 2026 and 2028 picks. Now, is Donovan Mitchell that type of dude? It's like Danny Ainge, boy. He's the type of dude. If he calls, like years ago, it was like who was it?
Boy
Somebody-
Scout.
yeah. If he calls, I'm not taking that call.
Nah,
I'm not.
you think I'm a sucker? Nah,
Yeah.
dog, I'm not taking that call.
Donovan Mitchell. I was not that. I mean,
Let me know what you think about this. I think Donovan Mitchell is a poor man's version of Carmelo Anthony.
but shorter and doesn't play defense.
But in terms of just because I don't see Carmelo Anthony as a winner in the sense. I mean, he made it to the playoffs, got a couple rounds in the playoffs. He even got to the Western Conference Championship when he was with Denver.
Yeah.
Right? But it's Carmelo Anthony. I don't know.
I mean, you know what?
Well,
Your reasoning for actual matter.
okay. I ain't mad.
I am scratching my head trying to figure out how he got that much. He is that. When you give away that many first-round picks and players as well, only for him, right? That means that he is a game changer. Like he is going to change your franchise forever. And then he's not that dude. There's only about 4 or 5 dudes that I can think of. Giannis, Luka,
LeBron. Back in the day.
LeBron when he was younger. Who's the boy?
Wait a minute.
Durant.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, you got the older version of. You got the
You talking about my team?
You got a beta man. Hey, yeah, we using all the way up to the digital now, bro. You're a beta max. You talking about LeBron today? But I mean, that handful of 5 players or so.
Yeah.
I would even say Anthony Davis is a risky, but maybe. But I mean, but Donovan Mitchell, you just gave up that much for Donovan Mitchell.
He's a volume shooter. Donovan is a volume shooter, and that's why it's. I don't know, man. With that team, it's a younger team. He's going to a team that should have a decent amount of defense that goes around them. But I don't know. It should be interesting. If nothing else, I mean, again, Danny Ainge is a genius. He came in there and probably was shaking his. We want you around here for a while. We're really glad to see what you do. Okay, yeah, we're gonna trade him. Not this offseason, next offseason. Okay, we're gonna trade him and we're gonna get rid of him and him. Yeah, it's
Well, something interesting enough. I think the Jazz were one of the longest stretch of playoff appearances. One of them. That organization, they better prepare for what winter is coming. As far as, because that's going to be, you're talking about breaking down. They got rid of your boy Gobert. They got rid of Mitchell. I mean that franchise, that's going to be rough.
no.
Oh,
Okay, I was wondering if you guys.
I just reset this thing. Lord. It says that two is one busy. You there, Aaron? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I
It
think
says
we
we're
were.
always busy. I don't know why this thing does that.
Their show after you or no?
Nah.
Yeah, I think we. Yeah.
I don't know why I just it said time now, but I just reset it after the. Yeah, I don't know why all of a sudden it's doing that. Yeah, that was good. That was good anyway. So we just missed the last few minutes.
Yeah, last minute.
That was all good.
Well, that was depressing, but good show.
No, it's all good.